Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my garden. This is going to be the first video in my 2023 garden series, I guess you want to call it. So the end of last year was bad. I was having tons of problems with video editing and losing footage, and I just finally said, you know what? I got the taste test video out there. I'm happy with that, and I left it at that. So I was happy to get that done. So we're gonna start out fresh. If you're seeing this video, I figured it out. I figured out what the problem was. If not, you'll never know. So this year there are going to be quite a few changes in my home garden. I'm gonna go over those in a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean by changes. I know that I'm getting a really late start this year. I think everybody around here has gotten a really late start. You know, today it's almost 85 degrees outside in April, in the middle of April, and it's been this way for the whole week. And it's really, really dry. You know, we were under red flag fire warnings for a few days there, and yeah, it's really bad. So, but the cooler air is coming back because, you know, us zone 5 people are not ready for this zone 9 or zone 10 weather, and we just can't kind of handle it this early, this fast. So let's see what's all happened. 3 weeks ago, we had 10 inches of snow on the ground. It didn't last very long, but still, you know, 10 inches of snow is a lot. 2 weeks ago, I got the C word. So I was laid out for at least 10 days. And then this heat wave hits. So it's almost too hot to work in the garden. But there are things that need to get done. So I didn't, then the other thing that happened was I planted all my tomato and pepper seeds, or started them, and the seeds were sprouting and everything was going great, and I went in and a mouse had come in and eaten almost all of my tomato and pepper plants. Well, I had purchased like some seeds from Johnny Seeds, some hybrids that I wanted to try, and you only get like 15 seeds in those packets, and I had planted 12 seeds. So, and then I went back on their website and they were out of stock, and I went to a different website and they were out of stock, and so I couldn't get these tomatoes I wanted. So I planted just a bunch of tomatoes that I randomly had laying around, and ended up catching the mouse, and then my cat caught another mouse. So I think we got the mouse problem solved. So yeah, I had to start over again. So that was driving me crazy. And then the second batch of seeds didn't want to germinate. And I thought, well, you know, are these seeds too old? I didn't think so, because they were from 2020 or something like that. So that happened. So yeah, it's just been one thing after another. And now this heat, and now next week it's supposed to be in the 50s. So that's more manageable. We can get some work done. So before I get going here and tell you what else is going to be new around here, why don't I take you around and show you the changes that are going to happen. So first things first, this thing is falling apart. It is built out of Western red cedar, and you can see there. And it was built, I can't remember if it was built in 2009 or 2010. So I hate to get rid of it because this is a really good garden bed, but it needs so much fixing that I don't think I can save it. So, and that's not even the bad part. If we walk around here, this corner's all rotten out. The whole back has had a blowout. And I don't know if it's savable. This whole corner. has moved. You can see I've tried to fix it once before, but the whole corner has moved. So I think I'm gonna take this down. I would really like to reuse the top because I like having this enclosed, but it's just seen better days. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to the boyfriend and see what he says. If he thinks it can be saved, we'll try to save it, but I have a feeling I'm just gonna take it down, and I'll use the wood that I can, and I'll use it someplace else. So that's the first change. Second change. So I'm looking at the back of my house. You see what's missing? Yeah, I took down the whole vertical garden. Basically what I'm gonna do is create some little individual garden beds. Here, let me go over here. So you're looking at my raised bed garden there. And I want to come from this corner and kind of have a path that goes through here. And then I'm going to plant like a corner bed here, a corner bed here, a corner bed there, and I don't know if I'm going to have the path there or not, or a corner bed or whatever. And a big circular bed in the middle. And I'm going to do flowers and herbs and see how that works. Now this area gets full sun most of the day. You can see here, since it's not quite the summer solstice, as the summer solstice moves, this shade line moves as the sun goes higher in the sky. So yeah, this has all been taken down. These panels are going elsewhere, but I don't know if I'm going to cover that in this video or not. And then this garden, I'm going to have a few tomato plants, a few pepper plants, just that kind of stuff in here. There's a lot of perennials in here, and I'm going to keep those. I have to clean this up. I mean, look at this, it's a mess. So yeah, I want to clean it up. But I've got room in here to put a few tomato plants, and I don't know what else I'm going to put in here. I always plant flowers in here and a couple pepper plants. Maybe put a cucumber plant or two in here. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. I don't need much, because I have other plans. So I gotta clean this up today. Of course, it's like 90 degrees out. And then I'm gonna keep these pots here. I need to get potatoes in, I really do. And I'll do something with these pots here, I think. Maybe I'll have a pepper plant or two in here. I don't know. Or either that, or I'll save these pots for like carrots, to put a few carrots in and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a work in progress. So yeah, that's big changes. That was fun to take down because, like, when I took down the arch panels, they practically launched me across the garden. And that's quite strong. So big changes. So one big change that's happened in my life is I'm dating someone, and he lives in central Wisconsin near Wausau, if you need to kind of somewhere between Wausau and Stevens Point. And he's got a farm that has 80 acres on it. Now, about half of that is woods. The rest of it is all tillable land. So I asked him if we could have a garden this year. He's got a family garden that he's had for years, but he says it hasn't been performing very well. And, I'm have some suggestions for things that we can do. But then he also said he was going to till a plot of land. It's going to be a garden that's 30 feet by 60 feet. Is that right? 30 by 60? Yeah, I think that's right. And then his home garden is 30 feet by 60 feet. So he's basically doubling the garden space. And he's going to till that up for me, and we're going to have a really big garden. And I went to plot it out and plan it out, and I didn't realize how big it was until I put all the plants I wanted to grow in there, and I had way more room than I thought I was going to have. So yeah, one of the things I really want to grow is pickles. And here we don't get enough rain here to grow a really good crop of pickles. You have to irrigate. It's really expensive to irrigate because I live in a city that has this big water utility project going on that's they said our water bills are gonna triple. And right now I'm paying about $100 a month to water my garden, or I did last year. You can buy a lot of vegetables at the farmer's market for $100 a month. So I wanted to reduce the size of my garden here, and then we're gonna have a big garden up at his place where he gets a lot more rain. I mean, they get a lot more rain than we do here. Even in our dry spells, they get the rain up there. The bad part is I'm going down a zone. So here in Wisconsin, in southeastern Wisconsin, I'm zone 5A, and he is zone 4B. So it's not that different, but they get a lot later frosts and they get a lot earlier frosts in the fall. What else? Yeah, so I want to grow a lot of pickles, and it'll be really nice to just let them spread out in that garden. And I wanted to have footage to show you, but again, I got the C word, and so I wasn't able to go up to his place I think it was supposed to go last weekend, Easter weekend, and I couldn't get the footage. So it might be tilled already by the time I get up there, because I'm not going to be up there for 2 more weeks. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what's going to be happening with that garden. It's either going to be really fun or really a disaster, but whether it's either one of those two, it'll be a great learning curve because I've never really gardened on that scale. So yeah, we're going to be trying a bunch of different things. So that is what's new. I think it's going to be really fun to try new things with that garden. I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't get taken over by weeds. I think I finally decided that I'm not going to put a ground cover on it, that I'm going to try tilling it and keeping in between the rows tilled so you can kind of keep the weed pressure down. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm going to bring you along for the ride, and we're going to see what happens. All right, everybody, I am melting here, so I'm going to say goodbye. This year, I'm going to make a few changes. I'm not going to monetize my videos because it's a pain in the ass to add that to my taxes. I'm just saying. So, and I don't make that much anyway, so it's just enough to pay for my seeds. But that's okay. I can afford the seeds if I don't have to have that headache with the taxes. So enjoy the ad-free videos. It should be nice. And I'm going to try to make more short videos. Hopefully that will do better if I can stop rambling, because right now I'm rambling. So until next time, everybody, happy gardening. See you next time. Bye-bye.